What's going on? I want to jump right in. Um, People talk about making changes in the environment, and they want big business to make these changes. But the reality is that you have to make the change. If you go out there right now, you take a Walmart bag, you take one of these bags and you walk up and down your road, or you can go down to the junior high school, park your car, and walk around for a couple hours, pick up some trash. I know using a little bit of gas might be a little counterproductive, but if you go out there and you do some sort of work and you make the change, you can go out there, you can pick up trash, plastics, metals, and you can sort those out for recycling, and then that's how you make a change. You go out there and you make a change personally. And, as far as products that companies produce, as long as you keep buying new over and over and over in short periods of time, they see that and they see that you'll keep buying. So they won't make a change unless you stop what you're doing. And I mean, you can keep doing what you're doing or whatever. I'm just saying, everybody wants these big changes. They want, businesses to make these changes. But that's not likely to happen unless we change how we behave. I mean, it doesn't even take that much. This shirt, my Dunder Mufflin. I know it's not mufflin. I'm going to call it mufflin. That's from the Salvation Army. Instead of buying a new shirt and causing them to make more and more and more, this shirt was previously owned. It was already purchased from somebody. So it's being recycled right now, for example. And I mean, you can go out and do things like that. Maybe you don't want to go out there and get dirty and pick up trash off the ground, which would still be a good thing to do. If you go out and find a little section of country road or something. I've seen people get scooters, go out, park them, walk up and down the road, and, they fill their Walmart bag, two or three of them or whatever, and, they're helping the environment by doing that, taking a lot of that toxic material that we manufactured and putting it back in the cycle, back in the loop. And when we do that, you're reducing your carbon footprint. And I mean, if you was already going to do something, if you was already going to go out, do something, maybe you do that instead, or maybe you do that on the way back from whatever it is you was doing. You can combine things, and you can reduce your waste that way as well. There's just so many people, putting out videos. They want big business to make these changes. And I mean, it's little things and big things. If you buy a new TV every year or two, when your old TV still works, especially if you have an updated TV. If you got an old tube TV that you've been using for 30 years, when you update, that's one thing, but if you update just because this new TV's 3% better, then you're adding to the problem. And same thing with your phones. Electronics is probably one of the biggest waste of materials, in the sense of, you keep buying new game systems, phones, TVs, your refrigerators. Even they got smart refrigerators. But did your old refrigerator stop working before you bought a new one? Maybe, maybe not. And that's a problem. If we treat things like, for example, cars, trucks, any sort of transportation. People drive those things for 30, 40 years if the right people own them. Obviously, some people don't take care of their vehicles, so they break down faster, but generally you can get a good 20 years out of a vehicle, even newer ones. So anyways, we need to keep that in mind, and I'm not trying to put people down for saying, we need to make change, but we need to make sure that, that we make the change too, because if we don't, they won't. Because you're not going to turn the ignition off on the economy in terms of, waste. There's always going to be waste, but you can reduce it, and you can find new ways to recycle. This water bottle, people will heat this up, stick a little something pointy on it, and stretch it out, and then it'll cut the tip off, and then they got a squirt bottle. And I know this one little water bottle, it's not much of anything, but imagine if 100 million people did that. Just in that one moment, you would recycle 100 million water bottles. Just like that. And that's a small change that anybody can do. It's like anything, really. If you live in a country and you want to, cut down your own firewood, well, plant some more trees. If you cut them all down and then you're running out of wooded area around your house, so then you start buying other people's trees. They cut them down, you buy their wood, and you're not planting new trees. Well, you're not being friendly to the environment in that way, because the trees, they reproduce. You can plant new trees. But anyways, if we come together, and I'm not picking on people that make videos on the fact that we need to make changes. The idea is that we help. They follow our money. So if we make the change, they will make the change as well. Anyways, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe. Or we do a little bit of reviews and maybe a few joke videos, and just try to have fun here. Might talk a little bit about politics or whatever too. I don't know. But like the video I made a few days ago, that Let's Go Brandon video. People really seem to like that. That was just, a joke video. People really seem to like it. So, we'll keep doing things like that as well. And it's all just for fun. I stand with America and any group of people that want to be free, so all of that stuff. Don't dig too deep into politics. Stand in the middle and just relax. Everybody's getting really upset, and we need to seek within ourselves to make changes, and then that helps. That's a big help. Anyways, like I said, we're gonna end this video now. You guys have a good one, and we'll see ya around the corner.